R.M. Palaniappan, mixed media artist, India, born 1957. R.M. Palaniappan works in mixed media prints, embellishing his works with rubber stamps, wax seals, collage materials, and embossing. He is fascinated by aeronautics and notation systems, and he uses them as inspiration for his artwork. His works are a visual analysis and thought, an expression of time, space, and the environment, connecting the physical and psychological perceptions. The imagery usually appears to have textural and landscape elements with the sequence of mixed media, graphics, drawing, abstraction of the line, and motions. Palaniappan has participated in numerous international print shows and has been invited to conduct printmaking workshops at several international universities and art institutions. He has curated trends in Indian art, organized by Lalit Kala Academy, New Delhi in 1997. He served as International Commissioner in 1995 and member of the International Jury in 2008 for Bharat Bhavan International Prints Biennale. He was a board member and life trustee at Dakshina Chitra, Madras Craft Foundation, and an art advisor at Kalakshetra Foundation, Chennai. Palaniappan is currently Regional Secretary of the Lalit Kala Academy, Chennai, and Director in charge, additional charge for South Zone Cultural Center, Thanyavur, Ministry of Culture, Government of India.
I like art and music, that's no doubt about it, from the childhood onwards. I came down to Chennai for study architecture, and also I attended an interview for the Fine Arts College. I got it actually, then I studied. That was my basic thing. Since my interest was also there, I mean at the time of just after my schooling, so I studied art. I mean. When I was studying art, I thought of doing it like a old master's work, like a realistic. I'm not very much exposed to that because I came from the small town. I didn't have much exposure to the world art in the sense of contemporary art or modern art or anything actually. But of course, I got some exposure to calendar art, exposed to the illustrative art, exposed to the signboard arts. Those kind of only before I'm coming to the college. Once I came to the college, I got exposure to many things. Then I started realizing in the creative arts, so many things are there. I mean to learn. Then accordingly, first year, second year, third year, and all I did. My work were very much studio works like old masters works and very much studies, academic studies especially. Later I started thinking about what is my composition, what is my work actually, what is my personal interest. I mean, it was a very tough period to analyze, I mean to find out and what is real interest inside to me. But then I found one interest was a flight was my very much I fascinated to the flight movements, flight how it works. Because my basic idea on science also, it works actually during those period. Also, I happened to see lots of World War film. Those film also influenced my work, I mean, because of the flight and engineering behind it and scientific knowledge behind that movement and the electronics and those kind of things. So those period, end of my college period, that means the 5th year and 6th year, I was working on those kind of composition. It is a very much new to the Indian art actually in general. But I brought it actually. I brought it and started working with kind of a looks like a scientific charts. I mean, so from that only I developed. I mean, later I found when a person is moving from here to there, he is making a floor on the floor, kind of a drawing on the floor space actually. When flight moves, it is creating a three-dimensional drawing. So that was my idea first. I mean, it was 1982. I started working flight as a movement actually. When a flight as a movement, I started using a line in the topographical map kind of things actually. And also my basic interest in astronomy also present in my work those days actually. That was the 82 to 89. Astronomy and topographical map of the land geography where we are living actually. Those kind of things also presented in my work. And my concentration was the movement actually. When I was doing so many things and I wanted to document it, document it in the sense, present it in a proper way. In that context, I started talking to the people, saying that what I am doing, what I am saying is correct actually. That is there in my mind. That is there. So in that context, I started using psychological impact and physical impact. More than impact, it is a perception of the matter put together in my work actually. I found a little difficult those days, but so I started using rubber stamp. I created a rubber stamp for my own work, and seal, lac seal, and using a thread like a documentation, and writing so many things on my written words, numbering, all those kind of. Once I started using numbers, it was 1984, 82 to 84, 85, I started using numbers, lot of numbers. You can see the scientific charts. So people started asking, what is that? And is it a picture or something like that? Then I started realizing, started thinking about how the number works in your mind, how number works in your mind, how the number creates a picture in your mind. So in that context, I made a series of work called as the number psychology. Number and your the psychology behind the number, how it works in your mind, and create pictures. So like a number writing, if I'm writing a 1 to 0, 0 to 1, it's like a spring space of the spring. If a 1 to 0 and 0 to 1, like that, it goes like this, it's like a revolving space. If number is 4 is missing in between, 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6, immediately mind will replace actually. Like 5 people are working here and 1 person is missing, immediately mind will So number, it has a value of life actually, value like a life. It is not just like a number alone. So in that context, I started putting abstraction. If I am telling 22, you can easily find out, okay, what is the values of 22, 1, 2, 3, like that. So units, you bring that units inside the mind. If I put that EX, 22 EX or 21 EX, it is becoming abstract. Your mind will try to find out what is that EX actually. I tried to find the abstraction. So then I found the number is also have an abstraction visual abstraction. It's not an abstraction alone, it's a visual abstraction. So I started using those kind of things in my work and titling the work also like that actually, along with the flight movements as a line. This line in my work for the last 35 years. But each and every time the perception and the values and the context is slightly changing, and also presenting it in a way it has to be celebrated. The line has to be celebrated as a movement, line has celebrated as a value of the color, it has to be celebrated as a light, line as a light. Line as a light, that's why I'm opening the line as a little broader. So light is there inside. So you can fill the color line. I'm talking about if I'm putting this kind of line. This was my earlier work. This kind of line, you cannot see the line. The light is outside. If the floating movement is there, that means light is outside. Universal space, you can see it, and light is outside. You can see the line. There is a light inside the line also. It is like what we are carrying the light inside. It is a human life. So that light I want to bring it out. So I started opening the line. Opening the line means the thickness of the line, I enlarged it. I started putting a color. Celebrating the line with color and decorating with more colors inside actually. Yeah, one more. It is developing one to another. See, my earlier works, for celebrating this line or expressing this line in a physical and psychological perception, I wanted to bring a lot of elements to be inside. I mean, so this period of 2000 to 2011, I started putting only line, simple line, because how this line appears just like a line alone, it is we can celebrate, because when I was there in the some medical leave, I was there. I was working in the government as a art administrator. It's a government of India. So then the World Trade Tower is falling down. I was there. I mean, I know that building very much because I took a lot of photographs when I was there in 1993. When it was falling, people told me, I mean, please see it. Something is happening in the. So I opened the BBC. Then I started seeing it. 1.5 months, I was morning till evening. I was seeing that the political talk and it is falling down. Political talks and about that terrorism and all. So all those years, whatever I am doing, the same line, the newspapers also I used to, the newspapers white space around that, and that, I was scribbling and I used to see the news what is happening, and well, all the political leaders, what they're talking each others about the terrorism. All it is becoming title to my work, and that whatever I scribbled in the newspapers, it is becoming art. I brought that, just a line alone in my work. Nothing, no other decorative elements, no nothing, everything. That's what it's happening. I'm not a very religious person, I'm telling you. I'm not a very religious person, I'm a spiritual person, and my family is a very orthodox family, the religious, I mean Hindu religion. So in that context, many rituals and all, I know the little meanings, and apart from that, once during my second year period, I studied Bible also, my college period. Then later, maybe after 8-9 years, I started putting my mind in the many philosophies, Hindu philosophies and Buddhist philosophies and all those kind of things. My work is, I'm telling it is like a little bit of Zen actually. Action and reaction. It is a kind of expression inside on its own actually. I mean nothing to do with any other. Me and my work, me and my drawing. It has its own relation actually as the action and reaction of it. So I came down before I'm starting. Of course, I told you it is an extension of my earlier work. It is an extension of my earlier work means it's a continuity, and also it's a kind of evolution. But once I reached here, I saw many things around, and it is I'm not feeling it is a different land or it's away from the India or something like that. But Patan, when I went there, that building, it was so nice. It is a very beautiful. It was fantastic, architectural patterns and the temple, Krishna temple or other temples, that golden temple, all those kind of things. I found. I mean, it's very interesting actually. The pattern. Immediately I wanted to bring that kind of composition. That was the work I'm doing it. The first work. I mean, the second work and third work are a little bit. I changed. I mean, composition. That first expression, it came from that actually. Composed. I mean, see, everything is composed. I mean. Yeah, it is very recently, one of the people, they, with the love, they purchased my work, but unfortunately, they kept my work nearby some kind of a AC room, and where the little drip of waters, it damages. They asked me, I mean, Palaniappan, is it possible, I mean, whatever the cost we are ready to pay, I mean, I said, you don't need to pay anything for me, but I will call the restorer, but I will, you just pay, but I will find out they should be not retouched, because I am not allowing retouch, because I do it actually. I told them when they are restoring, I have to be present there. I mean, so accordingly, 2 days I spent for that, because it's my child. I have to it's happened 1 or 2 times, but once you reach one level, you don't bother. You don't need to bother about it. I mean, it is a kind of somebody you vomited something. Somebody has taken that vomit and take it again, putting it. It's like ugly only. But I used to tell the people. I used to go to the youngsters sometimes for teaching. I went to America also for teaching many universities. I do tell only one thing to the people who are the practicing artists or the young college students. If they have any problems, maybe how to compose it, what should be done, what should be how to execute the work, and what should be the concept, and how to receive all those kind of things. Only one thing I will tell the people. don't consider he is only your master. You consider the world is your master actually, and you give a important to you wherever that you can possibly learn. You learn it actually, and keep all your masters inside. Whenever you have a problems, you make yourself silent. You recall your teacher. They will solve your problem. That is a simple thing. So this is what I'm practicing practically. I'm telling the people also. Even in the universities, in my Indian universities, in front of the teachers, I used to say, he is not your teacher. Picasso also your teacher, and Monet also your teacher, Mondrian also your teacher. If you are really understand and read it, I mean, you keep everybody's inside. I mean, these people and me, if I am teaching somewhere, I mean, I am a guidance. I mean, I can give you a guide you. I mean, I cannot be a teacher. Teachers are very, very different. So you have to look for the good teachers. That means you have to keep your good things inside. See, I'm telling only one thing in that copying work. Anybody can do anything. I mean, nowadays in the digital world, anybody can do anything actually. If somebody is buying it actually, only the signature. They should not say it is somebody's work or Palaniappan's work. If somebody's work, somebody is copying and somebody is selling, it is my work, you cannot do anything actually. You cannot do anything. How you can do it? It's because it's executed by you, I mean. And it is a shameful if they are copying it. And if the people are buying it, it is also. Because I found, see, the original work has to be original actually, and it has to be celebrated, and only on the celebration it will be, it will go.